How's it going, family? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, we have some very bullish news that just broke, that just came out for Saitama. Guys, you may want to go ahead and grab a seat. You may want to come close to your mobile devices, your television, whatever you're watching this channel on. You may want to go ahead, clear out everything you're working on, because guys, this is very bullish news, and I would argue to say this may very well be the most bullish news in terms of adoption of the utility SaitaPro and Saitama, the native token that we've received to date since the beginning and inception of this project. Before I dive into those details, let me remind you to go ahead and do something we love to ask you to do every video. You already know what it is, guys. Go ahead, smash that like button. It helps YouTube to spread the word about this channel. And last but not least, go ahead, subscribe to this channel. We would love to welcome you with open arms into the Crypto Stream family. Guys, let me turn your attention to this. Check this out. We go over here to the Saitama token website, and you see how they have this. This is, by the way, found under the goals link on their website. They basically giving you, they meaning the developers have given you a roadmap in terms of the hot and heavy items, the top line highlights of what they plan to accomplish for this project Saitama over phases, right? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Now, I would argue to say phase 1 is done, it's complete, it's live now. Phase 2, we see utility adoption. Now, utility adoption, in my opinion, that has been accomplished, because to me, when you say utility adoption, that means that you are getting people to start utilizing your main utility. And in my opinion, the main utility for Saitama as of this time is the SaitaPro app. Utilizing that app, guys, getting other community projects listed on that app, other tokens, being able to allow the users of that app to do NFTs, to go ahead and do swapping, to go ahead and purchase other cryptos outside of Saitama. I would argue to say, check box. We've done that. Now, let's get back over here, guys. This is what I want us to focus our attention on. You see this piece right here? This partnership with governments. Guys, the news that came out today is so bullish that I had to come to you with this video as soon as possible. Let me introduce to you this breaking news. Coming out hot and heavy from the Saitama official Twitter. Saitama and epayme teams up. They've met with the HE Vice President of South Sudan and the Honorable Governor and First Governor of the Central Bank of South Sudan. Guys, I don't think you hear me. For y'all back in the back room, you know, I want to reach out to the crowd that's sitting in the back room. Y'all that's not listening and paying attention, because listen, this is something that is major. You may not think it's a big deal, but ladies and gentlemen, it is a big deal. Let's continue on. It says, we will be establishing a government-approved payment system. I'm going to repeat that, guys, for the crowd back in the room, the nosebleed section, to make sure y'all can comprehend the words that are coming out of my mouth. It says this. It says, we will be establishing a government-approved payment system, SaitaPay, powered by epayme. This is just a start. And you can see here some pictures here, some photos here, some photographs, guys, some photography here for your viewing pleasure. See the Saitama team, right? You see those folks here, and you see them with some very high profile and important folks over there in South Sudan, guys, a country in Africa, guys. This is something that is major. You see another photo here that's coming up, guys. Remember how we had that conversation? Remember, I made a video a few days ago, last week, towards the end of last week, where we came in hot and heavy to you guys, the viewers of this channel. That's why you need to be subscribed, because guess what? You get notified whenever we put out content like this, guys. You don't want to be left behind. That's why you need to subscribe to this channel. Now, getting back to what I'm saying, we made a video last week, late last week, telling you that something was shaking and baking in the kitchen, guys. And you know, we said that, and we speculated a little bit, but we knew something of magnitude, something of high importance was coming hot and heavy in to the news airways coming soon. Because when is the last time you saw all of the developers in one location at a meeting? And you know what? This was in Africa. They have been talking about Africa for a long time. For all of you guys that have been a part of the Saitama Wolfpack family, like I have, I've been a part of it since around day one. Not necessarily day one, but I'm one of the first couple of holders of this project out of full transparency. So I've been around the block. I've been through the ups and downs. And I will tell you that news has been put in our ears. A bug has been put in our ears by, the Saitama development team over the last couple of months, telling us, watch out, look out. we are working on something over in Africa. And now we see that they were definitely cooking up something in that kitchen here. We can see that they have established something over here in South Sudan. Now, you may be asking, why is this such a big deal? Well, let me break it down to you like this. It goes a little something like this, guys. They have recognized that Saitama is a feat to be reckoned with. They, meaning the South Sudan government, has recognized that SaitaPro is something that they want to do something like hang their hats on. They want to say, hey, guys, this is something that we believe we can work with. We can move and shake around in this country with this. You got some Saitama that we believe can bring to our economy, our local economy. Guys, read between the lines. Let's go back to this so I can break this down, because you know we like to connect the dots for you and your wallet. It says this. It says, we will be establishing a government-approved payment system. Guys, unless you've been hiding under a brick, maybe you don't understand what this means. Clean out the earwax. Let me tell you what it means. We are establishing this as a government-approved payment system. That essentially means that Saitama will be considered a legal currency to be used over there. Now it's a digital currency, but I'm speculating here, but I mean, what other thing could it mean but that? Through the payment system leveraged and powered by epayme. That essentially means, guys, that the local government may look into Saitama and classify it as a national currency to be used over in South Sudan. They're recognizing it as legal tender. Think about it, guys. That is major. That is probably the most bullish. I repeat, the most bullish utility to date at the time of this recording here in mid-November, right? For the Saitama token. And you know what? Let me give you this example. It's sort of like this. Let's say you have a business, right? You have a small mom and pop shop, right? And you want to accept credit cards. You know, your typical Visa, MasterCard, Discover. Some people don't accept American Express because their fees are high. But let's just say you accept the whole alphabet soup of credit cards, right? Now, you pay money to the credit card companies for the privilege. Yes, it's a privilege, right? And I'm going to explain to you why it's a privilege to you as the business owner, the small mom and pop business owner, why it's a privilege. But let me get back to what I'm saying here. Stick with me. Stick with me now. It's a privilege for you to accept those credit cards, to be able to offer that service to your customers via a POS terminal, a point of sale terminal, whatever you want to call it. Now, the reason why that's a privilege to you is because now you have these items that you want to sell to your customer base. Most people across the world, at least in these United States of America today, they don't carry cash, especially after this virus, the name I will not mention because we want to move on past that, guys. So many people lost their lives and, God be with them and their families. But the point of this video is going back to this. You are a small business owner, right? You accept these credit cards. Most people in this country, these United States of America, do not carry cash. They want to use that plastic. They want to swipe that debit or credit card, mostly the credit card, right? So as a result, as the business owner, what you are having to do is you are paying Visa and MasterCard transaction fees. You are paying them transaction fees on every single swipe that your customers do. That generates revenue for Visa. That generates revenue for MasterCard. That generates revenue for Discover. That generates revenue for American Amex, American Express. That's how they make their money. So it's a win-win situation. In other words, it's a win-win situation, guys. Let me get slang with you. Situation. It's a win-win situation because pretty much what happens is you are paying the credit card companies money, right? You're paying them money for giving you the privilege to utilize their system to accept credit cards, right? And in return, you are now bringing in more eyes to your stores and more customer foot traffic into your store because now you are allowing them to use something that's simple, and that's a credit card. Guys, if you can understand that concept, then ladies and gentlemen, you can understand the whole point that I just made to you about Saitama and SaitaPro being recognized as an official government-approved payment system. It's the same concept. Mind blown. Now that it makes sense to you, you can understand why Saitama is now about to become a lot more valuable in terms of being a utility. And SaitaPro is as well, because you know what? Now those folks over in Sudan, South Sudan, now they're going to download this SaitaPay app. right? SaitaPro app, and they're gonna be like, man, this is pretty sweet. I like this. Let me use and transact with this. Let me go purchase stuff, right? One thing leads to another. I'm telling you guys, this is how it starts. Don't be surprised if you see something involving them and a SaitaPay card. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not going to speculate any farther than that, but I just wanted to put that bug in your ear, guys, because listen, this right here, this is the beginnings of some more bullish things that are going to happen for the Saitama project. Now, let's continue to move on, guys. So right after that announcement came out, we can see epayme basically ditto that. They came out with their own announcement, basically echoing the sentiment of what was said there, showing you evidence, guys, evidence, hard, fast evidence that they are here with the big movers and the shakers of South Sudan, and that's the local government there, guys. And you saw another tweet that came out from Aaron, who is also another developer on the Saitama team. Now, he says this. He says the door of opportunities are endless for Saitama and epayme. We will keep building and we will introduce DeFi to more countries around the world. Guys, I told you, when one domino falls, the rest of them are going to follow suit. Don't be surprised to hear some hot and heavy news coming in pretty soon here, guys. Now, we look over here and we switch places to Dubai, Saitama, Dubai. My God, he says Saitama and epayme are going to be bigger than anyone thinks. SaitaPay is a payment system. Again, SaitaPay is a payment system. We just gave you how it's related. We just told you how we related. We gave you an analogy of how the SaitaPay system can be seen as about the same as your local credit card system, the transaction fees, the Visa, MasterCard, Discovery, American Express. That's essentially what SaitaPay is going to do, but it's also going to be on a decentralized platform, hence the blockchain. Think about it, guys. Think about it. The agreements from South Sudan are going to be historical as we live those moments. Now, this is something else I wanted to show you guys. This came out from BSC Gems Alert. Now, if you don't know who this is a hot and heavy mover and a shaker in the crypto space. They are known for putting out little bits and pieces and tidbits about upcoming projects to their followers saying, hey, this is a project that's out there. You may want to go grab a bag, guys. No financial advice, but you may want to stack your bags because this project is going to take off through the next bull run. Look at these people. They got about 184,000 followers, right? That's nothing to sneeze at. And look at this. Look at the tweet. Next bull run, Saitama to the moon. Who's with me? That's all I got to say about that one, guys. Now, let's bring us on home by looking at some pricing action because we got to put a bow tie on this, guys. We ain't going to leave you hanging. We're going to get you some information about what you come in because at the end of the day, you care about your pocket. And on this channel, we believe in helping you to create generational wealth for you and your family. You can't create generational wealth for you and your family if you're not educated, if you don't know about these gems, if you don't know about these diamonds in the rough. No one's talking about Saitama right now. At one point last year, all you heard was Saitama. But you know what? It's blood in the streets right now. Saitama going through those things right now. You know, every crypto project, SHIB went through it, Dogecoin went through it. All of these projects are going through it. Bitcoin went through it. How many times has China banned Bitcoin? 1,000,000 times. They're going to continue to do it, but it's not going to matter. You can't get rid of DeFi. It's here to stay. And guys, that's the reason why we need to go over here and look at this pricing action because this is going to show you where we are and where we're going. Now, if we look at this pricing action, we can see we're currently sitting at 2 Satoshis 10 level. That's up about 3% on the day. All right. And we've been trading sideways since mid-September, late September here, bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. And if we zoom in and look at this, guys, we can see we had a major run up here over the last few days of the 9th of November. And we since corrected back down and look, we're bouncing back up. So guys, let's put this into perspective. So we're up on 3% on the day, 12.96. So let's shoot the dice at 13% on the week. We're down, but we're still in a positive for today. If we go ahead and put this into some context, guys, let's add some clarity to this. Let's hop over here to CoinMarketCap. We can see CoinMarketCap. The overall crypto market is up less than 1%. So I would argue to say Saitama is doing better than the overall crypto market, guys. We're sitting below that $1 trillion, that coveted $1 trillion price point. That's okay, guys. We're going to continue to move up. We're just going through some things right now with FTX and a little bit of fear in the market and all of those things, guys. It's going to sort itself out. We're going to be all right. Now, if we look at the two movers and the shakers, the Bitcoin and the Ethereum cryptos, we can see that today Bitcoin is struggling a little bit, down about 1/4%. We look at Ethereum, we're up about 1/4%. So loosey goosey, we vice versa there. Now, If we go over here and look at this fear and greed index, we can see that we are about the same in terms of where we were this time last month. And that is extreme fear. Now, we always say on this channel, when there's blood in the streets, you need to go ahead and stack them bags, guys, because you know what? Trouble ain't gonna last always. And you know, when you are diligently seeking out those projects, dollar cost averaging, stacking your bags in the time of stress like it is now, being counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive to put more money into an asset that's gone down 80 to 90%. But you know what? You'll see the fruits of your labor during the next bull run. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the crypto stream. Remember to continue to invest with a purpose so that you could create generational wealth for you and your family, guys. That's what we want you to do. Create generational wealth for you and your family. And we'll be back to you guys when breaking news comes out, which I believe, and I'm pretty sure will be real soon.